The purpose of this video is to finally take a look at the Techno 293 class, which is the one in focus, and to determine what the ley lines are at the upwind marks and what the ley lines are at the downwind marks. I haven't been able to find information about this on the internet. The method I used to find out approximately where these ley lines are, what the VMGs are for both upwind and downwind, was using trackers. I used trackers from European and World Championships. In the first example, the front runner sailed upwind at an angle of 62 degrees, which is quite far from the 45 degrees we initially believed that in the second example. Based on the second tracker, we saw that the front runner sailed at 60 degrees upwind, and the best upwind angle we found was 55 degrees. That I admit I haven't seen too many trackers, but most of the ones I've looked at fall within this range of angles. Let's now take a look at the downwind. Let me clarify. The conditions were not suitable for straight downwind sailing with circular pumping. These were conditions in which the athletes were pumping in order to plane, to gain speed, and to reach the downwind mark faster. In the first example, which was a good one, the angle achieved by the front runner was 139 degrees, so this was deeper than the typical broad reach, a more open course, above 135 degrees. In the next example, the leading athlete sailed at 125 degrees, tighter than a broad reach, so not as deep as the front runner had gone in the previous example. In the following example, we found 134 degrees, so we could say this was basically a broad reach. 135 is a broad reach, and the front runner had 134. And in the last example, the best angle we found, the deepest angle, was 141 degrees. In that particular race, which I also watched live, the athlete pushed really hard, with great strength and excellent technique, and managed to stay planing on the downwind. In fact, because of the very effective pumping they were doing, that was the deepest angle I found. So, generally speaking, based on this research, which is based on trackers, we believe the trackers are valid. Of course, I remain cautious, since it's a tracker viewed on a screen, and sometimes the proportions may not be perfectly accurate. Still, based on this research, we found that regarding the upwind legs, the ley line angles range approximately from 55 to 60 degrees, that I'd like to believe that there are also tighter upwind angles achievable. As for the downwind, again I'm referring to downwind sailing without circular pumping. Downwind legs where we try to generate speed to reach the mark quickly. The angles we found range from 125 degrees, tightest, to 141 degrees, deepest, that I believe that 135 degrees is a feasible ley line angle for skilled riders. If anyone has reliable information, please leave a comment regarding the ley line angles, or alternatively, the VMGs, for both upwind and downwind.